Happy Tuesday, Delmarva, and it's a hot one. I know. Hang in there. I went for a little walk yesterday, and everybody was like, in this heat? It was a mistake.
So everybody was right, and your
Everybody was
may have
right.
been wrong.
I came back to the office really sweaty. That was on me. But we want you to stay cool out there, and you can do so by chilling in the AC and watching a little bit of Coast Life. We're your hosts. I'm Leah Rizzo.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. And don't forget, tomorrow we are now inside one day until the pony swim begins. All our coverage is going to begin at 7 a.m. on the Delmarva Sports Network. It's going to run to around 9, depending on the tides and everything like that. It's going to be on DSN, on the DSN app as well. I'm going to be in studio with Kayla Santiago. We're going to have Maddie Overturf out in the field along with a whole bunch of other people. It's sort of like a comic book crossover.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
And BOC and DSN all covering it all at once.
It's what's going to make it really fun and I think exciting to watch. So if you're attending the pony swim, keep your eyes peeled, say hi to everybody. And if you can't make it down to Chincoteague, but you don't want to miss a beat of the pony swim, that's where we come in and we got you covered. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It also means that we don't have a new episode for Coast Life for you tomorrow, because Charlie's going to be out and about down there. But it's still going to be a lot of fun. But we wanted to talk about something that I feel like is not as fun, and it makes me very nervous and scared, especially for artists, actors, anybody sort of in that realm when it comes to the world of AI. And this started running through my head based off an interview that happened with Matthew Lawrence. He was one of the kids that was in Mrs. Doubtfire, co-starring alongside Robin Williams. And on the heels of Robin Williams' birthday, this guy, he was saying that, Robin's voice is just so iconic and that using AI could provide a special way to do something, really unique or special with it for a whole generation.
I don't like it. So I have a two-track thought on this, though, because in general, flat out no. And especially for iconic people like that. I am okay with it a little bit. Like they had a couple examples of this in Star Wars in recent years where Grand Moff Tarkin, they AI'd that guy.
Yeah, the idea of resurrecting a celebrity.
They were specifically going back to the time frame in which that character was around. And then there was a Leia thing too.
Yeah.
And if it's going to be a whole movie of it, no. If it's for effectively a cameo, and if you've gotten permission from that person ahead of time before their death or that person's estate, then I'm okay with it in small doses. If you want to make a movie with somebody, absolutely not.
Yeah, and I mean, even the small doses can really depend for me, because I even don't love when they use AI to make older actors look younger in their own flashbacks in scenes. I think that there's an art to cast directing, and so it is someone's job to pick somebody that looks, can act, and sound like a younger version of whoever is playing the older version of a character, usually someone kind of iconic. And it can be a launching pad for a young actor or actress where they, that's their first big standout role and they did such a great job with it. I think there's an art and a nuance to that as well.
I understand that. I get that. I prefer it though. I want to see the character. I don't want to see the guy that kind of looks like the character.
Yeah.
I want to see the character.
Same
with James Earl Jones, who gave the rights to his voice over to Disney in perpetuity, basically, for Vader. And so, there are...
And Vader's sort of an interesting case, too, as a character.
Where you never see his face.
Yeah.
So, there's certain places where I think it makes sense. But, again, never in, we're just going to make a whole Robin Williams movie. No, absolutely not.
And I do think there is a certain, respect on those who have passed. You got to let them be in peace. For me personally, don't bring me back in any capacity. Let me rest.
You can do whatever you want. Once I'm gone, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to know about it. Either you could have me hawking Wheaties boxes out there, or you could never think about me again once I'm
Either
gone.
way.
That's fine.
I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind in years to come, but right now it's no thank you. But it also had me thinking about the recent issue of Vogue that came out. And
this I am much more firmly have an opinion on.
And lots of people seem to. So the most recent issue of Vogue, people were flipping through and they're like, oh, okay, cool. And then in really teeny tiny writing, there was a little nod that said some of the models within the issue were AI generated by Seraphine Valora. So if you go onto their Instagram to figure out who Seraphine Valora is, It's two women who have over 220,000 followers, and you'll see hundreds of smooth-skinned AI models, high cheekbones, plump lips. They're gorgeous, and you're like, why don't I look like that? You don't look like that because they're AI generated. But these two women, they kind of started this because they owned a jewelry company, and they couldn't afford models to model their jewelry. So they came up with AI models to model their jewelry, and they were sort of one of the early ones to use AI like that. So it really grew their platform before anybody else was jumping on. But I don't like it.
So again, there is a little bit of nuance here, because I actually do get the case for some small up and coming business that can't afford to do this, and so they're using AI because they don't have the funds otherwise. But for Vogue, who does have the money, obviously, get out of here with that. So I think that there is, I see the difference in those arguments, but once you reach a certain point, no.
I see the difference, but even then, you have the budget for maybe your friends to help you out and say, hey, you want to come model this for me? And you can make it fun. Or again, you can maybe even launch an up-and-comer's career that also doesn't have the funds to get photo shoots done. Like, you can kind of help each other out and help other artists. But there's lots of people that want to be models.
But even that, I'm saying, I don't think when you're starting one of these businesses, you can afford a photo shoot or the model at any price. But I also think that this is where things like fashion shows, where you actually have somebody walking up and down, and they do have to be a real person, and have to evoke that beauty that you're trying to sell, that might actually become more important
probably
in the future, in that people will go, okay, this is real. This isn't an image. I don't have to count on anything that this is fake.
Moral of the story, bottom line is, I'm upset that AI has taken over more like art and creative spaces before actually like really making us better at our jobs or helping us out in a more practical way. Like, until I don't have to do my chores because of AI. But no, it's stepping on creative spaces first.
It is, but I mean, and again, this is where I don't love the AI replacing things, but you've got two girls or two women who came up with a business and maybe never get success if not for having those advantages. So there is a case for it. I just think that once you get to the level of something like Vogue, a national, international company,
there's no room
pay
for it
some
in
people
Vogue
to do those jobs. Like, I have no time for trying to squeeze the last cent out of everything. But if you just don't even have the cent to start with, then this is a possibility.
I guess so. I'm not swayed yet.
Well, I like that we disagree on this. I want to see what everybody at home has to say about this. And I want to hear from you on both issues, because clearly Leah against it across the board. I've got a little bit of a gray area for certain things, so we want to know what you think about that.
Yeah, chime in. You can always send us an email, team@coastlife.com. You can always chime in on our socials. But we got a show to get to. Let's see what's coming up on Coast Life, something we can all agree on. I know it's only Tuesday, but we've always got the weekend somewhere on the top of our mind, some more than others. So our great debate today is, when does the weekend officially start for you?
And maybe once the weekend gets here, you might want to get some wings to go with that fun. Now, we're going to be talking to a lot of people out on the street to get their opinion on what the right way to eat them is, what the best wings are. Stick around for that.
It could almost be its own great debate. And we've also got the blessing of the Combine coming up, a big celebration of agriculture in our area. We've got the details on that up next, and so much more fun coming your way.
Coast Life is sponsored by BB Healthcare, Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, Preston Automotive Group, Shell Brothers, and the Parker Group.
Well, Coast Life, if you spend any time here along Delmarva, or coastal Delmarva specifically, you know that agriculture is a very big deal around here, and we like to celebrate agriculture and the farmers that make it happen by blessing the combines. We've got two lovely guests joining us here on the Coast Life couch. We've got Becky Payne and Brianna Dix joining us to discuss blessing of the combines. Now, Becky, I want to start with you, because I think when people hear blessing of the combines, the first question is going to be, what is this? What is it about? So give us the history, because this is a big anniversary here for you guys.
Well, actually, it's our 25th anniversary.
Yay!
Would have been our 26th, but COVID took a year.
Yeah.
But back in 1998, we were sitting around, and four of us were sitting around and decided that we needed to celebrate our farmers.
Yeah.
So we came up with the blessing of the combines, and we allowed the farmers to pick the date because they needed to do it in between crops.
Makes sense.
And harvest, and they totally thought I had lost my mind. But they said that they would be glad to do it, and
Good.
that was 27 years ago.
Here we are.
And here we are in our 25th year.
Yes. So for folks who are planning on coming out to the Blessing of the Combines, what can they expect for the day? Because it's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. So the event's taking place from 10 to 3 in downtown Snow Hill, and really a full festival, anything that you can imagine. Petting zoo, horse pony rides, live entertainment. We're going to have Carly Twigg,
Nice.
Jason Lee, and Rachel Dio all playing on the big stage. Lots of demonstrations and those kids activities. It's expanded this year, but you can't forget the parade. The parade is the big piece, the extra big piece. So that's going to kick off at 11 a.m. And exactly what it sounds like. It's a parade of combines and tractor equipment and bands and different clubs and groups, horses even.
Fun. That's one time you want to be stuck behind all the combines, you know, when
Yes,
you're out seeing
yes,
them go by.
yes.
You can cheer them on. And Becky, I think it's interesting that you said, you know, when you first presented this idea that the farmers were a little like, I don't know about this. This sounds crazy. Because I think, you know, that is a group that typically doesn't enjoy being in the spotlight or get a lot of recognition.
Right.
So this is a really big deal and a really great way, I think, to show appreciation to our farmers.
We appreciate our farmers, and there's a lot of education. You know, the kids are allowed to go up on the combines, and people don't realize how big the combines actually are.
And plus, I think when you get the kids out on the combine, you never know who you're inspiring to maybe be the next generation of farmers.
Yes.
If it hasn't been handed down to you, I think it's just a really great community event. You mentioned Jason Lee. Yes, that is the Jason Lee from Outdoors Delmarva, if you've seen him. So this could be a fun way to see him in a different light as well.
And of course, you have the blessing of the combines by
itself.
Ministerial Association, and the JRUTC presents the colors. It's just a good hometown.
Yeah. Good old-fashioned family fun.
It is.
So for
Americana.
So for folks who are interested in coming out to the Blessing of the Combines, do they need to purchase a ticket ahead of time? Can they just show up? Is this a free event?
Completely for free.
Hey!
Come on out. It's really all ages. We are suggesting getting there a little bit early just for parking.
Yes.
We do have a complimentary shuttle that will be available from the Snow Hill Recreation Department and the Health Department. So hop on that shuttle, take advantage of it. Don't fiddle with parking and come right into downtown Snow Hill and spend the day with us. No tickets, completely for free. And of course, come check out all the downtown shops as well, in addition to the vendors.
Fantastic. So a great way to get
of
out.
food.
Yeah, lots of food.
And a car show. We have a car show
yay.
also.
So lots of fun, lots of food, and remember, it is all free. I know a lot of ears perked up at that. So for folks who maybe want to get a little bit more information, and can you remind us the when and where people need to show up, where can they go to get that?
Yep, so all the information, the full schedule and the program, all the sponsors, the vendors can be found on the website.
Thank you, ladies, for coming in
You're
today.
so well. Thank you for having
Congratulations
us.
on 25
Thank you.
years of Blessing of the Combines.
you.
We know it's going to be a really fun event.
So it's going to be good weather.
Woohoo! Speaking of good weather and weekend events, maybe you're in the mood to lace up those running shoes, maybe bring your pup with you, or maybe bring a pup home with you. We've got details on Run for the Paws when we get back. Calling all runners and dog and kitty cat animal lovers, we've got an event for you. And you may notice we've got another guest here on the couch. Joining us, we've got Lee McKinley with Humane Animal Partners. And Lee, who's this sweet pup that you've brought with you?
This is Marley, the
Marley.
sweetest 2.5-month-old pup you ever did see.
She really is. She's just so happy and she's so sweet. Yes, you are. But you guys have a really special event coming up. We know we've got a lot of folks who love a good 5K run, walk, and giving back to the community. And you guys have all of that coming up.
We do. Seashore Striders is putting on the Run for the Paws this Saturday in Dewey. It's a 5K run and 1 mile walk as well, so you don't have to be a runner to participate. Registration is now live on their website, seashorestriders.com, and the race kicks off bright and early Saturday morning. It's going to be beautiful, a perfect way to start a weekend. So yeah, the race starts at 7:30 sharp Saturday morning on McKinley Street in Dewey Beach.
Perfect. Can folks bring their pup companions with them if they've got a four-legged runner at home?
Please do. Yes, this is a very dog-friendly event. Dogs are welcome to participate in the walk portion of the race, and yeah, we will have some doggy pools for the pups to cool off in afterwards, as well as refreshments for the humans, and a great raffle is going on as well. A bunch of local businesses have generously donated gift certificates and goods from their businesses, which we're forever grateful for, and so all that fun stuff is happening after the race.
Fantastic. Now, maybe there's somebody who attends this run walk and they're looking for their four-legged companion who may want to join them on a run or a walk. Will you guys have adoptable pets there?
Yeah, we're going to have a bunch of pets there from race start all the way until, you know, the last runner comes through the finish line, and the puppies and dogs will be there to celebrate all the winners and the participants afterwards. And who knows, maybe Marley will be there.
Maybe, if somebody doesn't snatch her up before then, because that's a couple more days to go.
I know.
But speaking of puppies and Marley here, tell us a little bit about her, in case there's a family at home that, you know, a puppy is maybe just what they need.
She is just such a joy. She is an easy puppy so far. I mean, you know, she's only 2.5, 3 months old, so she's still growing and learning, but she's got a great energy to her. It's not a wild puppy like some of them can be, which we love too, but Marley's not one of them. She's done great with everybody she's met. Dogs, kids, people, couches, she'll fit right in.
She really is just so sweet. Like, I think that's where all the energy comes from, excitement to meet you and be on the couch. Now, I do know too that for folks, even the best puppies still require some puppy training.
Always, always. They don't know what's right and wrong. They're just trying to figure it out, just like the rest of us. So yeah, puppies need a little bit of training, some guidance to help them figure out when and where is the right time and spot to go to the bathroom. Introducing them to new locations and people is so important at this age, and just giving them you know, the help they need to make the right decisions.
Yes, well, Marley would be the perfect pup addition to any family. She's very sweet, very cozy here on the couch. She was like flipping herself over at one point. But if folks are interested in meeting Marley, where should they go? Or any of the pups or cats that you guys have at Humane Animal Partners?
Yeah, head to our website, humaneanimalpartners.com. The pictures are real time, so if a picture is there, that means the animal is at the facility and waiting for you. If the picture comes off the website, that does mean they've been adopted. So check that out first. You can give us a call or stop by and see if we have somebody that might be the right match for your family.
Fantastic. And Lee, one more time, the details of Run for the Paws if folks are interested in lacing up their running shoes this weekend.
That's right. Let's do it. So Saturday morning, the race kicks off at 7:30 sharp. Registration is happening now online, and the race packet pickup is the night before. All those details are on the Seashore Striders website, so check that out. But come out for a great time. It's a wonderful fundraising event. All proceeds benefit our organization, which is a tremendous help, and it's a lot of fun. We've got a lot of great energy there, and we hope to exceed the number of participants this year than we did last year. So we'd love to see you there.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming in and telling us all about this race, and for bringing Marley, who, again, would love to be home with you, or maybe she would love to attend the race with you if you pick her up between now and then. So what do you say, Marley? You ready for some more Coast Life? Yeah.
High fives, high fives.
Is that what you're ready for? We do have some more Coast Life coming your way that you don't want to miss.
Yesterday we did some movie talk. Today we're going to do some movie talk. A couple things to keep in mind here. We've been chatting about how movies are kind of back. Big box office
Love
year.
it.
And that year is going to end with what might be the banger of the year in a box office sense, which is the newest Avatar movie. This will be the third one. It's called Avatar: Fire and Ash. It comes out December 19th.
They did Way of Water before, and now they're doing Fire and Ash, you said?
Fire and Ash.
Fire and Ash, ooh. Did the first one have like a little elemental tagline, or was it?
I think it was just Avatar.
I think it was just Avatar.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't love the first Avatar movie. I know, boo, Leah, she's a hater. I am a hater. I didn't see it in theaters, which I think was a huge effect. I didn't see it in 3D. I just saw it at home, and I was like, was okay.
It is a movie. So here are my feelings about Avatar. It is a movie you have to see in theaters, and the 3D makes a big difference. Not because there's like stuff coming at you. Cameron did an incredible job of making it really a depth perception thing. Like there's a scene in the first one where there's like ash falling, and you feel like it's all around you. Like that's the stuff that's great about it. I haven't gone back to watch either of them in my living room to see if I still like the story. It is a theater event, but let's find out what this one's going to look like. We do have the trailer for this one, so let's roll that now.
The strength of the ancestors is here.
Live like this, baby. In hate.
If there is something you can do, then you must do it. Children. No, Spider. And we will find another way. Your goddess has no dominion here.
So Leah, I don't know, does that get you excited at all? Or are you going to maybe try to see the other one that you haven't seen
I think
yet?
I need to go back and rewatch and then see if I get excited. I know Kendall Gordon, our field correspondent, she loves Avatar, so she's upset with my opinion on this one. But it made me think about sequels, because we've had a lot of reboots, we've had a lot of sequels. I feel like a lot of them, they're kind of hit or miss. A lot of them aren't good, but it did get us thinking, like, what are for you the sequels that are better than the originals?
So I think most sequels aren't good generally. Now there are some, it depends on what you quantify as a sequel. Like,
sure.
You look at like the
Do
entirety of the
prequels count?
Marvel universe, like are those sequels or are they their own movies? So things like that. But my list, these are all movies that people are not going to be surprised by, or most of them are. Godfather 2 might even be better than Godfather 1. It's got an argument for being my favorite movie of all time. Terminator 2, a James Cameron movie.
That is true.
Is definitely better than Terminator 1 and is easily the best Terminator movie of all of them. In the Fast and Furious franchise, Fast 5 is the one. It's the best one. It's easily the best one.
Well, and I think that's kind of the thing with the Fast and Furious franchise is of the best ones, there's not a lot to choose from. Wow, there's tons of Fast and Furious films to choose from.
There's like 10 of them, and I think that there's at least 4 to 5 pretty good movies. I think the first one's
that's
really
a 50-50. You got a 50% success rate.
I think the first one's pretty good.
I did see the first one.
I think Tokyo Drift is pretty good.
I think I saw that one.
I think Fast 5 and 6 are good. And then, you could make an argument for one
Once
or
you
two.
get to space.
Once you get towards this latter half, especially this last one that had just come out, it just falls off a cliff. It's bad.
Yeah. So you try enough, one of those sequels is going to be good.
So what are yours? What are the ones that you think are best?
A lot of mine are animated for some reason.
okay.
And I think it's because that you didn't necessarily expect a sequel as opposed to take a trilogy, for example. You knew Lord of the Rings was going to be a 3-part event. And I don't think it's fair to say that one is necessarily better than the other because they all go together.
And it's almost hard to call them, it's
Yeah.
one tale.
It's the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Now, I would say you could compare The Hobbit as a sequel or prequel.
Yeah,
not
it's
as good.
not as good.
Not even close, in my humble Lord of the Rings opinion. But for best sequels, I really thought that Toy Story 2 was a phenomenal sequel. You introduced a whole second set of characters that all worked, which is rare and hard to do. And I felt that it was just, it made you laugh, made you cry. You had a great time watching Toy Story 2. Also, we said Monsters University, the Monsters Inc. sequel, had no business being as good as it was. And I think for me, Back to the Future 1 and 2 are on equal footing. I think they're truly as good as each other. And the third one dips slightly, but I'll still watch all of them. But I can't say for sure that I like 2 better than 1. I think they're both
I like
equally
all
good.
3 movies actually, but I do think 1 is the superior movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's how I always felt. I think when I was a kid, there's so much fun.
There's more going
in
on
Back
in
to
2
the
and
Future
3.
2, where
Yeah.
you've got the hoverboards.
Yeah.
And, the
Jaws.
futuristic part. Now that we're actually in the future, and you go we didn't get there. It's a little more
Yeah.
disappointing.
That's true. That is true. But yeah, I was having trouble coming up with the ones that really took the cake that weren't animated for me for some reason. But I think because those ones surprised me the most, I guess.
So write us in. We want to know, what is your favorite sequel? What do you think are the sequels that really stand out compared to maybe even being better than the first one, or at least being as good or in the same vein as the first one?
Yeah, we want you to always join the conversation. Speaking of more conversations, though, today, if you didn't know, is National Chicken Wing Day. We know people have some strong thoughts and opinions about chicken wings. Our field correspondent, Kendall Gordon, has some of the answers to some chicken wing related questions for you when we get back.
Coast Life, today we're out and about in Lewis for National Chicken Wing Day. Today is all about the flavor, the sauce, and maybe a few napkins. We're diving into Delaware's best to see how you like it. Do you prefer drums or flats?
I like both.
Drums. Drum, that's the right answer.
I prefer flats.
I prefer drums.
You got the right one. There we go.
Drums.
Flats.
Nice.
I want drums.
Yeah?
My wife says so. Must be true.
She has the right answer. Okay, do you prefer ranch or blue cheese with your wings?
Ranch.
Yeah.
Blue cheese.
Really?
Blue cheese.
Ranch.
Yeah, I see. We're here. Okay, what about ranch or blue cheese with your wings?
Blue cheese.
Ranch.
Oh, we're contrasting here.
Blue cheese.
Yeah. Boneless or bone-in wings?
I like the bone-in.
Yeah.
Bone in.
Yep, I agree with that.
The bone-in.
That's the right answer.
Bone in.
I agree, yep.
Bone in.
Bone in, for sure.
For sure, I agree with that.
They gotta have the bone in. They gotta be real, not pieces, parts.
Exactly.
Not
I
gonna happen.
completely agree with you. Do you guys have a favorite flavor of wings?
I just like them plain.
Yeah?
Honey glazed.
Oh, that sounds really good. I like that.
Lemon garlic.
In reality, the hottest wing flavor you have, but buffalo lemon pepper.
Nice.
Traditional buffalo is good.
Yeah.
Traditional buffalo hot wings.
Uh-huh. Why is that? Tell us
I'm
where you're
from
Yeah.
Buffalo.
Woo!
Well, it's got to be medium if that's what you're talking about, because it is. Buffalo wings are buffalo wings, but they come in different heat.
Like a mild buffalo?
Nah, a little bit more.
A little more.
A little bit more.
Gotcha.
So you can have a pitcher of beer with it.
Yeah, good answer. Do you usually eat the little carrot sticks and celery that comes with the wings, or do you leave it?
Just a celery.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
You get a little bit of everything. Me too.
Oh, definitely the celery and carrot sticks. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know.
Leave them alone.
They have some of the ranch on it, and they have some of the sauce on it. It's kind of just weird.
I get that. Do you guys usually eat the little carrot sticks and celery that comes with your wings?
Of course,
Yeah.
you gotta have the foliage.
Exactly.
We eat celery with it, but there's no carrots with it.
Yeah.
Not that I've known. It's always been celery.
And you eat the celery?
Well, it's supposed to cool the hotness down.
Well, from classic buffalo to my personal favorite, a hot honey, these wings brought the heat. But don't worry, there's more feel-good flavor coming up on Coast Life.
Well, it may be a hot one today, but it's never too hot for us to have our great debate. And this one sort of cropped up as a natural conversation in the office because you would think there isn't too much to debate as when it comes to like when officially does the weekend start.
Well, I don't think there is anything to debate, but let's get into the debate anyway.
But apparently there are some different answers on that. So Charlie, in your opinion, when does the weekend officially begin?
The weekend starts the exact second you walk out of the office on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you. I think mentally I start checking out like as soon as I wrap up my last bit of work on the day for Friday. So even if I finish, what I'm supposed to be doing a little early, the mind starts wandering and but officially the weekend doesn't start until I yabba dabba do down the dinosaur and out the door into my car and I'm driving home for the weekend. But this sprung up because our very own Matt Pensick, love him so much, honorable mention, but he was saying that the weekend starts Friday morning, and yes, he works the morning shift, but while he's still on the clock,
he's already kind of got weekend vibes, he's ready to go, and I'm like, yeah, I can have weekend vibes, but it does not begin until that last thing. Now, and especially maybe this is a little bit different for people that have a schedule that works the way mine does.
Sure.
Because the busiest or the most action-packed maybe part of my day is the last hour and a half of my day. I'm on at 5 o'clock for the 5 o'clock news. I'm on at 6 o'clock for the 6 o'clock news. And the second that show's over, then it's my weekend.
Yeah.
But at that point in time, you are all the way on, focused, you're doing your job. So I know some people have a job where the second half of Friday, maybe it's a little bit, I don't get to
Oh yeah, if you ever send a customer service related inquiry on a Friday at 1:30, you're not hearing back till Monday. Right. And I respect that decision, frankly. Trust me, I start mentally checking out. I've always been a morning person, so for me, every weekday by 2 p.m., if you need a strong Leah answer, you're probably not going to get one.
There's a point at which every minute that goes by, it's starting to fade a little more.
You can feel the energy shift of I'm getting rammy and a little wound up, and it's because I don't have any energy to throw at thinking left other than just being a nuisance.
Energy to throw at thinking, always something that we want to encourage you having at home if you can.
Yes, please. But we always start our great debate over to you guys over on Facebook. We've got a few chiming in. Steve saying that he checks out Wednesday. That's when the weekend begins for him. And
Fair enough.
Again, respect. And Donald said he's retired, so he's been checked out for a while.
Well, I think we got a lot of folks that are going to connect with that feeling out here along the coast.
That is true. And of course, it changes a little bit depending on your schedule. If you don't work a traditional 9 to 5, your weekend is different. If you work a morning shift, a night shift, whatever, that's going to be not the typical Friday.
Yeah, when you work a non-traditional schedule, all bets are off. It's its own
There's almost
entity.
no
When I used to work the morning schedule, my Friday would start at noon on Fridays, but my Sunday would end at 6 p.m. because I had to get in bed to be ready for the next day.
Yep. So join in. We love to hear from you too with our great debate. You can do so on our socials. You can also take a vote if you've just got a simple, this or that answer. You can go to coastlife.com/vote, but we always like to read the comments as well. So make sure you do that. But we do have some more Coast Life coming up, and I hope you've got your taste buds ready because we've got this week's Dish of the Week for you when we get back. Well, I hope you found ways to beat the heat today. I know it is hot, it is humid out there, so make sure you're staying hydrated, make sure you're, staying inside. If you are exercising, do so in the air conditioning. I know I went for just a brief little walk yesterday, and that was enough for me in this heat. But I want to remind you, too, that tomorrow we actually don't have a new episode of Coast Life because of the 100th annual Pony Swim down in Chincoteague. It's going to be so much fun to watch. Charlie Sakaitis is going to be out there. Well, actually, he's going to be in the Delmarva Sports Network studio helping cover it. Madeline Overturf. She is going to be out in the field for pony swim coverage, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. You can catch all of that on Delmarva Sports Network. They're going to be broadcasting the whole thing live. You can also stream it on DSN Plus if you're going to be out of the area, but you still want to catch the pony swim. You can do all of that. So that's all tomorrow. Pony swim festivities go all week. It's going to be lots of fun. You can stay close to coasttv.com for all that information about the carnival or any of the days that you might be popping by into Chincoteague to celebrate. But that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We love hanging out with you. Have a great rest of your day. Charlie's downstairs getting ready for Coast TV News at 5. That's up next, and we will see you tomorrow.